This is Iceland. Good morning. So I'm going on a day tour today to this region. No idea how to pronounce that. Snaefellsnes. We are here in Reykjavik, and so we will be driving up here, and this is going to be like a 12-hour day tour. So this gives you an idea of how big Iceland is and the distances to be traveled, how long it might take to do the entire ring road around the country, because this is going to be 12 hours. So to do all this would be many days, especially with the variability of December winter weather conditions. So I am waiting for a tour bus. It should be coming any minute now. Let's check the temperature. It's chilly, but not bad. Still dark, of course. 8 o'clock in the morning. The sky won't be getting lighter for another couple of hours or so. So somewhere along the drive, we'll start to see some of the incredible Icelandic landscapes. So where's the bus? So today is December 7th, 8:05 a.m. 32 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 0 Celsius, and the sun rises at 11:02. 3 hours away till sunrise.
Way there, just so you can use the bathrooms halfway through the area, because our first stop includes actually no toilets. It's the Sugartop Mountain or Mount Turkafell, and there are no facilities there. So we want you to use the bathrooms when you can, and I will always tell you that during the day when is the best time to use them. Other than that, guys, alright, when we are starting to drive, you will hear me talking on the microphone, alright, and I'll tell you a little bit about Reykjavik as we're leaving the town, and then as we get closer to Snaefellsnes.
Kirkafell, is that?
Kirkjufell?
Kirkjufell.
Yeah.
Man, you are serious about the ice. It is. Should have brought my skates. That is Reykjavik. We are here on the Snaefellsnes. A couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours driving. It's now 11:15 in the morning. Getting light. Beautiful pink hues. And the monochrome black and white with some brown landscapes. Nothing like Iceland. And there is a waterfall over here. Skilda. So a nice creek here and waterfalls down here. So that's our tour guide, Nick, from Scotland. He's lived in Iceland for 7 years though. Yep, that is freezing cold. And a few little tiny snowflakes coming down. And so this tour cost 12,000 Icelandic kroner. Pardon my inability to speak straight, it is cold. It's still like right around freezing, I guess, 32 or 0 Celsius. But it was 12,000 kroner for the tour, which is about $91, and that was a 30% discount from the normal price.
So I hope you did get a snack at the gas station there in Borgarnes, so that you have something to eat. But we will still try to stop for a later lunch in the town of Arnastapi. There seems to be a little place there that's open that does serve some nice traditional Icelandic options. The Plokkfiskar stew, for example. This is a sort of a white fish and bechamel sauce with potatoes and usually a dark rye bread that's been cooked in the geothermal fields. It's usually quite nice. Then they would also have your traditional sort of fish and chips in Iceland, which is 100% cod and amazing cod. If you've never had fresh cod, North Atlantic cod straight from the village, well, that's where you're going to get it. And then of course the lamb meat soup, or the lamkjot soup, would be the traditional warm light lunch to have, but usually very full, very meaty, and then some kind of fish or fish soup as well. Then they'll have your traditionals, burger, etc. So if you just want to go good old-fashioned Western food, you've got that choice as well. But I do recommend, those are kind of your more basic Icelandic dishes. There's nothing overly scary there on the plate, and they taste very nice. Nice simple food. good Icelandic kid, you know. And then if you really are well behaved, I might have another one later.
Alright. We'll do our best.
I personally...
It's better than sharks, though.
Everything's better than sharks. So, I personally have never ever been a fan of the licorice-based chocolate because I don't like licorice. And the very first time I got offered a sweet by someone Icelandic, it was like a chocolate bar, and they didn't tell me there was licorice inside it, and I thought it was the weirdest thing I'd ever put in my mouth. Licorice and chocolate. Covered in snow at the top today. If you see all those weird sort of lines that are dripping down the mountain under the snow, that's what we call the shield, basically. So it's formed like a lava coating over the top of the whole surface area of the volcano.
Snowing or
But yeah, all the lava you're looking at
something.
here came from that monster up there.
Where's the volcano that's been active recently?
That's behind the airport.
Oh, it's that close to Reykjavik. Okay.
So if you head there, you can't really see the orange glowy stuff anymore, but the lava is still steaming, it's still hot,
I see.
so you can sort of see that. If anybody wants a photo standing in the middle, toss me your phone.
Wanna do it? Look at one, yeah. Yeah, here.
This is your weight categories. So the first one starting at 23 kilos, the biggest one 154.
Do they replace them, or is it just like these things?
So I get to work on a fishing boat.
I think that might be the weakling one.
Lightest one. You want to try? Just drop it in the single needle to keep.
I can't look at Yeah. That's more than 50 pounds.
Just stand feet wide in case you drop it. And let it go.
Close of the day?
Yeah. You can
Someone else want to take it? Nope.
They're just gonna all watch you.
It's definitely heavy. It's even heavier than it looks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Well, we definitely got a fishing boat. So that's a tour guide rock. We use today here kind of like a staging ground. We're going to go out fishing and we're going to find some boats from here. But then they realised obviously the tides weren't the best for getting in and out of here, so they moved further along to Djupalonssandur, and now what you see is Olsvik and Grundarfjörður.
The iron remains on the beach are from a British trawler, the Pine GY7, which was wrecked east of Djupalonssandur, so Vik means bay, as in Reykjavik, Djupalonssandur. On the night of 13th March 1948, 5 of the crew of 19 were saved. In other words, 14 died. Rescue teams from Arnarstapi, Helnar, and Hellisandur came to help, but conditions were difficult with bad weather and heavy seas. Members of the crew could be seen on the forecastle on the wheelhouse and tied to the rigging. And man, if you go in the water here in this kind of cold water, you do not have very long to survive. The statue of Baldur, is that it?
Baldur, yeah.
Baldur Snaefellsnes. 1878, 1941.
It's a tomb.
It's a tomb, okay.
Just no living body because he's up there somewhere.
Yeah, okay. That's right. This is the guy that sent the woman out on the iceberg?
No, this is the guy who took revenge on the farmer's kids who sent his daughter out on the iceberg.
Okay, and then he went up the hill and disappeared?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He just kind of like committed suicide or whatever?
He was
or
just disappointed with the people. Basically, he set up the town here.
I see.
And then he was kind of just disappointed.
Just
by
left the village and was like, I'm out of here. But it's just a myth, not a real guy.
Apparently he's a real person.
A real
The
person,
story of him disappearing to the volcano is probably true, but he probably just didn't come back.
Yeah. Fell in the crater or who knows what.
You know, and he probably, half Titan, half human. He was probably just a large human.
Yeah. There's lots of them around here, so.
That Nordic thing, they're all pretty big.
Yeah. The rock lifters.
The idea is to pick the side and then move backwards onto the rocks. Put this basalt formations down.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like a sculpture. Wild place, man. It was just so unique, so surreal. So the volcano is behind those clouds there, and so I guess much of this is volcanic rock, presumably from that volcano right there, but who knows how long ago. And then a sinkhole into the ocean. Look at those amazing rock pillars. Almost like they were man-made. Big, like, castle entryway or something. Intense. And the Snaefellsnes peninsula continuing out that way. So it was not my plan coming to Iceland to go on tour groups. I wanted to rent a car and do the ring road, drive around the island, go on a truly epic adventure and stop wherever I wanted and get out hiking and find the like super secret hot springs and stuff like that. But the problem is just the winter weather conditions. The roads are very icy. I can actually see the road there, and you can see from here, right there, that is the road, and it is all covered in snow. It is compacted because it isn't like lots of fresh snow right now, but snow on much of the roads. The parking lots are just absolute sheets of ice. And the thing is, this is as good as the weather could possibly get. Literally, you cannot get nicer weather than this in December in Iceland. It can only get worse. And so the problem is, if I rent a car, I mean, that would be challenging driving to begin with. This is a van, I'm sure snow tires. Probably I could rent something that would be, you know, good in the snow, but then what about when the weather turns for the worst and potentially a snowstorm, the roads just getting closed down from snow, who knows what, driving solo for hours and hours in these kinds of remote, desolate locations. I really would love to go for it, but just kind of decided it's not worth the risk. Better to kick back, enjoy the ride, and the plan will definitely be to come back again to Iceland in the like late spring or summer or whatever. Got a few more little snowflakes coming down, and do that epic road trip the next time. I will be happy to come back again, but doing the ring road is a big journey. It would require at least, it looks like, you know, a week, maybe 8, 9, 10 days to really do it properly. Take your time, go slowly, stop wherever you want. And so it's definitely kind of a tease to be just kind of getting this sort of a tour experience when I would rather just like get in my car, go wherever I want, stay as long as I want, not even know where I'm staying for the night. Do it like Ireland road trip style, like I did a couple months ago in Ireland, and just go and stop when I feel like it. But that will have to be the next trip. Just look at that, it's like a dragon skin. Crazy, it's just different from one hole to the next. The formations of the rocks, just surreal. So I'm not hungry, but we're taking a break here. Just going to investigate what's going on inside here, use the bathrooms, and I guess see inside a kind of more local Icelandic restaurant. Icelandsk Matarhid. So I have no idea where we are, but this is the Snaefellsnes peninsula, so we're somewhere along the coast. Keflavik Airport, Reykjavik. Akureyri, Skjálfandi, Oxurfjordur, Pistolfjordur, Bakkafloy, such interesting names. And we have just caught a little glimpse of it, so much more. Look at this area here. Fjords and fjords and more fjords.
Kind of
And you took these?
Yeah.
Where was it?
In Mivat
North
Lake.
Iceland.
Is that like where the hot springs are? Maivatn? No.
It's like the Blue Lagoon of the North.
Yeah, okay. So near there.
Yeah, but
And it's a wild one, or?
no, but well, it's wild, but some.
Probably getting fed so much. He's,
Yeah, it's like half wild,
Almost domestic.
half pet.
But yeah, there's no predators here to, you know.
It's like the howler monkeys in Costa Rica.
Yeah, that's a trip. A dog right there, and it's just like doesn't care.
So if you like that, they also
So
have
cute.
the many rabbits here.
Okay.
There's a place in Reykjavik. There's a park that you can walk through, and the rabbits will just come up to you, and they actually want you to like start stroking them and things like this. It's like a again, because there's no natural predators, they're just not scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did it. It was supposed to be like a, you know, if you were stressed out or whatever, you can just go to this park. So put all the rabbits there, and then you could like
Rabbit therapy, huh?
park and
In Japan, they have deer parks, and just tons of deer.
I'm Scottish. That doesn't work for me. I'm like, give me a bow and arrow and
Yeah, that's dinner right there.
It looks amazing.
they breed like rats in Scotland. The deer. There's so many of them.
No, we've got problem in New York.
Get right there.
So yeah, I lived where I was at I worked at a commercial diving school in Fort William.
Maybe it was
And I looked and it was this. It was supposed to be like a holiday rental, but it was very quiet, and the guy just let me lease it long term, which was great because I had no council tax because it was like a holiday house. And so I stayed there. But it was this big estate manor at the back, and it was this French guy that owned it, and everything was lovely, real fireplaces, you know, royal blue plush tartan carpets, and there was this French guy going all out. His wife was Scottish. I think she did the deco, you know. And then. Yeah, he just came and knocked on my door one day, and he had like what do you call it? He had the bow and arrows, and then he had the what do you call the crossbows? That's the one. Crossbows, and I'd never seen something. And then he had shotguns and things like this, and he was like, "Right, we're going hunting," you know. And I had to go with him. I didn't have a choice. I'd never hunted before, you know. And do you know what? I loved it. So I didn't, not the guns. I wasn't so fond of the gun, but the archery was. It felt almost like. Yeah, this is like
You're like a
this
real
is how you
More primitive, like old style, like
you know, and literally you just built a fire, you know, and just cooked everything. It was
like the day of the kill, huh? And
exactly,
you
it was
just
great, you know.
Fort William is Scotland, or oh, okay,
Yeah. It's up west coast.
okay.
I don't think that because
But he was just this crazy Frenchman. He worked for Hilton Hotels in Egypt, so he was away quite a lot. And I swear he was stealing alcohol because he took me down to his basement. And we don't have basements in Scotland because the ground is too soggy and wet and things like that. He forced this company to build him a basement, you know. And he had a wine cellar, he had a cellar just for cognacs and whiskies and things like this, you know, and so much expensive alcohols down there. And it did look like they were all coming from Hilton Hotel. If
Probably
someone
not
was
from-
flying back, he's probably shoving some in his case, you know.
I think alcohol is hard to find in Egypt, so yeah,
Not in the hotels.
yeah, not in the Hiltons at least, yeah. The church in Budir in 1703, Bent Lauridsen built the first church at Budir, which was demolished later and rebuilt again. In 1816, the parish at Budir was abolished. So we have here a traditional black Icelandic church. And it is getting colder as the light dwindles. I guess it was out there that we had the tea and food. Other people got soups and mashed fish that looked really good. Man, look at those mountains.